It's a Godwinson Live news alert on the status of the Battle of Britain. What will we learn? Let's sweep it up first. We've got Shannon's broom. We're cleaning away the lies in the cover-up and the collusion, ladies and gentlemen. Broom's out. Broom's out. Clean it up. Clean it up like Janny Jim. Clean it up like Janny Josh. Clean it up like Janny Gator. The Battle of Britain, ladies and gentlemen. Sargon versus Mark Collett. Let's just get into this. The truth is out there. The truth is out there. So, it's official. It's official. Full caps. The Battle of Britain. Sunday, May the 24th at 3 p.m. Carl Sargon Benjamin makes his long-awaited return to the kill stream to face the legendary guest, Mark Collett! Except it's not happening. It's fake, it's lies. Is it a gay-up? Or was it never even going to happen in the first place? We've got to give Ralph his dues here. So he sets up the Battle of Britain. He's tweeting about it. The long-awaited return of Sargon. Mark Collett, the legendary Mark Collett. It's going to happen. You've got to believe, ladies and gentlemen. You've got to believe. Except Sargon's backed out, or has he backed out? Ralph's published these DMs between him and Sargon, and we're going to give Ralph his dues here. Because no matter who Ralph is, Sargon is still the man who tanked a political party. He's still the man who said it depends on the child, who used those white end slurs to not just bury a political party like UKIP, but bury his own reputation. Sargon's a POS, just a complete POS. And we're not going to take a running jump on Ethan Ralph because Sargon has started dabbing on him. Because this is just shady in the extreme. So Ethan Ralph, he's asked Sargon to be on his show. And Sargon says, these are the DMs, we're reading these live on air, verbatim, ladies and gentlemen. Sargon, I'm open to talking to Mark Collett about racial immigration, political... Yawn. Sargon's gonna gotcha and what aboutism, all about this stuff. You know, I'm open to giving my half-assed musings on racial immigration, political systems, or something like that. You know, Sargon experiences all of his news through Facebook. His videos are regurgitating news in 10-minute diatribes laced with adverts. That's what he is now. That's what he's always been. And even the pretense that he's Plato, that he's the Aristotle of our times. It's so transparent, but he's still keeping up with it. He's still keeping up appearances. What on earth? This is the man who, if you go up to any Englishman and say, who's Carl Benjamin? They go, the Yorkshire Ripper? Try again. The Suffolk Strangler? Try again. Dr. Crippen? Try again. The rape apologist? Bingo. Bingo! The infamous rape apologist of the United Kingdom, ladies and gentlemen, Sargon of Akkad. He still thinks he's a big-brained intellectual. Let's just read the DMs. Let's just go into this. I'm open to talking to Mark Collett about racial immigration, political systems, or something like that. It can be a pretty broad topic if it's just a free-form debate. Right? So, I mean, to me, seems like Sargon reaching out to Ethan Ralph and saying, I'm going to do the show. Like, I mean, I would take that as Sargon's on board with whatever we set up, right? Ethan Ralph responds fairly coherently. I mean, this is very understandable on Ethan Ralph's part. Ethan Ralph, you and Collett would be way better. I'm going back to him now. To nail something down, the Black Israelite thing would be funny, but it could also be a dud lol. At least you and Collett can carry it off no matter what. Okay, so nothing but complimentary to Sargon. He just wants Sargon on the show. He wants a good show. I understand. And this will probably be, what, a highlight of the kill stream of recent months? Because it's been pretty silent and dead apart from the PPP drama, right? Anyway, Ethan Ralph gets back to him an hour later saying, he's in. Mark Collett's in, Sargon. Immigration, demographics, and obviously racial and political solutions would be fine. So, I mean, Mark Collett and Ethan Ralph have accepted Sargon's terms unequivocally. Ethan Ralph, free-flowing debate. Also, we usually have him on Friday, so I speculated that perhaps it would be May the 8th or 15th if possible. This seems fair to me. And even Sargon here says, it won't be this Friday. It might be next Friday, but I'm not sure. So already, right, Ethan Ralph, we were actually using Gator's broom now to clean it up for Ethan Ralph. Ethan Ralph has set up this show for Sargon. He's accepted all of his terms, all of his conditions, and still Sargon is like dancing and pussyfooting around the issue. Suddenly it's gone from, this is going to be a debate I'm going to have with Mark Collett about autistic nonsense, a free-form debate. Now it's, it won't be this Friday, it might be next Friday, but I'm not sure. Like, what has Sargon actually said in that sentence? He's not said any sort of commitment in that sentence, has he? That is an I'm not going to do it. Except in about 10, 12 words. What a disaster. So Ethan Ralph, he wants the show to happen. The Battle of Britain, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Mark Collett also had an idea for it to be on a weekend. Like a Sunday afternoon. Prime time in the UK. Kind of thing. That might be good to get the most eyeballs on it. Do you have a Saturday or Sunday that looks good? Okay, does the Sunday idea sound good, or is Friday better? If Sunday, throw out a date and I'll match it with Mark, hopefully. Right? So, I mean, even Ethan Ralph is sacrificing his primetime slot to give Sargon a primetime slot in the UK. So the Battle of Britain can be filled with all of the Anglos that are still clinging to the Fed that is Mark Collett and the useful idiot that is Sargon. Primetime audience on our shores, ladies and gentlemen. Ethan Ralph's giving this away. Normally, look, we know Ethan Ralph doesn't like to give away his time slot. But here's Sargon, right? Here's Sargon. He's got all of his demands. And he's still saying, Sunday the 24th. Sunday the 24th of May. What do you think Sargon says as a corollary just after that, as a little caveat after he confirms the date? I suppose. Like Sargon, whenever you talk to Sargon, he confirms or says nothing. This has always been the case. Little winks and nods and, this might be the case, or I suggest you might perhaps do this. The guy's a slippery MO. MF, I should say. MFO. The guy is a slippery F slur. But personally, I don't think that Ethan Ralph has, bodged this up. I don't think he's called Sargon an F slur when, Sargon's made all of these demands. He's bent over backwards to accommodate Sargon for the Battle of Britain, ladies and gentlemen. Mark Collett versus Sargon of Akkad. The return to the kill stream. Long awaited. But Sargon's not going to show. Sargon is not going to show. It's a gay op. I think, if I remember correctly, he did the same thing with Warski, back in 2017. Late 2017, early 2018. This is the exact same thing with Warski booked a show with Sargon on it. And Sargon says, and he shows Sargon's Skype DMs where Sargon says, I might perhaps appear on your show, Warski. And Warski says, what about next week? Or what about tomorrow? And he goes, yes, maybe. Would I have booked a show based on Sargon's, dancing around? No. But then I'm not desperate to run a kill stream show where, I need to harvest in the shekels from the Battle of Britain. But I don't blame Ralph for this. I'm not going to come after Ralph for being duped by Sargon. Sargon of all people, the rape man of Akkad. In further news, right, it's all kicking off. It's all heating up. We've pushed it to the limit, ladies and gentlemen. We've pushed it so hard. The flames have risen so far that Ethan Ralph is now... Let's just read this. Further, he says, with regards to me dispelling the lies and the clean-up and the cover-up, that apparently I retracted the fight offer. In response to that, Ethan Ralph has said, okay, I don't give a fuck what this moron says. I don't fight for the love of sport. I want to get paid. Right, well, I'm happy to give you your money, Ethan Ralph, but you need 5 punches to the face. I mean, that's fair. We're not going to give you the money unconditionally. Like, we're not going to give you the money and then you not fly out. That's insane. Maybe that's how you scam your pay piggies, but that's not reality, Ethan Ralph. We're not going to do this. We're not going to give you money for you to take off like Coach Red Pill and never be seen again and move to the Ukraine, living in exile. This is not going to happen. But he goes further. I was told 8 grand yesterday. I never said 8 grand. But, you know, we've got £1 million on the table, Ethan Ralph. 1 million straight into your bank account. 1 million beer tokens. Think of all the Maker's Mark that will buy. I was told 8,000 yesterday, but that was revoked, apparently. This guy, as though he's not in this chat right now, cleaning it up. As though he's not fully aware of each and every single word, not just myself has said, but what PPP has said and every other person out there that is just pointing out the collusion and the cover-up and the lies. The cover-up continues. But he's feigning ignorance here. He feigns ignorance here. Oh, I'm going to selectively screenshot, yada, yada, yada. What a disaster. Ethan Ralph, I will settle for $5,000, but that's not the condition. It's £5,000. It's $1,200 more than what you'll settle for, Ethan Ralph. That's just from me. There's a great many NEETs in their basements that are getting their mother's credit cards. And they're ready to rise up. The NEETs are rising up, Ethan Ralph, to give you a great payday. In return for the 4K gun footage. In return for the 5 punches to the face that PPP is going to smack on you. I will settle for $5,000 up front. As if we're going to give Ethan Ralph $5,000 up front. With contract sign and the promoter in Knoxville. Again, this is not happening in Knoxville. What's going on in bumfuck Knoxville that's anywhere near interesting beyond this 10-minute whale mating session that we're trying to set up? After this, I want to go gambling. I want to see as many whores as possible. As much coke as we could possibly fill in our nostrils, Ethan Ralph. We want to go to Vegas. Las Vegas is where this is going, Ethan Ralph. We're not going to be wheeling around Andy Warski in a wheelchair. This fight's happening in Caesar's Palace, as is your namesake. You know this. Mandingo fight. Vegas. Yes. Yes. Not Knoxville. Not bumfuck Knoxville. Not a trailer park where we're going to scrap with the homeless watching. What a complete shit show. But there are Ethan Ralph's demands. He's probably in the chat right now, typing away furiously about how it's all lies. It's all lies. It's not true. All right. I also hear as well, Perspicacy has already raised his offer to about 20 grand. Turk February's raised his offer to 50 grand. Coach Red Pill, his life fortune is being thrown into the syndicate here. We've got a whole 20 Chilean pesos. Everybody, even the fucking dead want to see this happen. The blind can't wait to see this happen. But yeah, the Battle of Britain was never going to happen. This was Sargon's gay op. This is what he's got left now. And perhaps the most sad thing of all of this is that Sargon is having to do his own obfuscation. He's having to do his own interactions with people like Ethan Ralph, when previously he'd have sent his milk-fed manservant V to do it. Somebody like Louis Laval, who doesn't even see daylight. He'd have sent his low-level capos to do this gay op. But even V has sort of gained another level in life, where even the fact that he solicits sex from Romanian prostitutes and passes them off as his girlfriend, even that seems a level above grovelling for Sargon and running his errands. Do I want the Battle of Britain to happen? Yes! Yes! Even if it does occur and it's just Sargon smugly chuckling for 2 hours, you know, just showing zero knowledge on the issues and topics at hand. Even if it's Mark Collett fed posting for 2 hours straight to Sargon. Do I want this to happen? Yes. Of course! The Battle of Britain! Pride Time UK! Maybe Sargon's gay op here will be the final and conclusive proof that Sargon's just disingenuous. You're never going to get a straight answer from Sargon. I hear that Ralph's going to run the show with a Sargon voice impersonator, and that's just not even going to be interesting. Like, what's the point of even running the show with Mark Collett and a Sargon voice impersonator? It just seems like a big cope to me. It just seems like a big cope. What really should happen is they should just get one of Sargon's capos on like they used to, and let Sargon's capo, you know, read aloud Sargon's Discord DMs or his Skype DMs that are being frantically sent during the debate, you know. Say this, V! Say this, Louis Laval! Right, that's all we've got in the Battle of Britain, ladies and gentlemen!